Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out Dicey Dungeons. I had to pick this one up because I really enjoy Terry Kavanagh's work. He's made several web games in the past, a lot of which I have in the Flashpoint platform, and he also made VVV, which is like the first indie game I ever played, and was also the first game to convince me that you didn't really need a big-ass team of people to make a good game. He practically made it himself, so when I heard he was working on a new game, I was very happy to hear it indeed, and I picked this up as soon as I could. There isn't that much to see in the options menu. We've got some volume sliders and the ability to slow down the combat animation, but it starts out at very fast, which I appreciate because it makes this game feel really snappy, like impressively snappy. You can also play it in windowed, and oddly enough it actually starts out in windowed every time you start up the game. I don't know why. And there's a few languages you can pick, but we won't worry about that because we definitely need the English on this one. Now, there is a fair amount to explain with the game, but instead of just like sitting around the menus for a bit, we're just going to pop into a really basic game of Dicey Dungeons, and we're going to take that time to explain the mechanics. Thankfully, the runs in this game are actually really short overall. Seriously, I don't think I've had a run of this game yet that has been more than 20 minutes, and I've been playing for something like 3 hours, so I've had a fair amount of runs, I must say. So the basic gameplay is really simple. All you do is use dice in this equipment, and you roll them randomly when you start. There are some characters that have certain things, like for example the warrior's main thing is that he can re-roll any dice that he feels like, up to 3 times. So it actually makes him a very easy character to use. We also just found some equipment, and you can see here that you start out with your sword, that's your basic equipment, but then you can get more equipment that adds more abilities, but some of them have limited dice that you can use in them. So for the battle axe, I have to roll a 4 or lower, but at the same time, that gets me 2 times 4 damage, so it's 8 damage, so it's more than the sword. Each character also has their special ability down here, and their special ability fills up as they take damage. And the warrior's special ability is that everything he does happens twice, or is the first thing he does happens twice. So we can use that to basically one-shot the Space Marine, and we continue on. We get experience and money from every enemy we defeat, and when we level up, we get a little bit extra HP, and sometimes we get extra rewards when we level up. Like, for example, I just got an extra dice. I was starting with 2 dice per turn, but now I've got 3. So let's go and fight the Dryad. The enemies get more intense and more tricky as time goes on. So basically, you just need to stay on your toes. Damn, I was hoping for something better than that. Probably should have re-rolled the 5, because the 5 wouldn't have been useful in my battle axe anyway, but there you go. You can also see what their moves are at any time by moving the mouse to the top of the screen and clicking that. So you can see what they have left to do and what the chances are, but then again, chance is a pretty big part of this game, because, well, it's all dice. That's pretty much the entire point of it. It's all entirely dice. I am playing on the warrior, who is by far the easiest character. Like, I won with the warrior first try without even really thinking too hard about it, so it's just a good way to actually explain the mechanics. This is also the only character you have unlocked at the beginning. You unlock them in a sort of linear progression. Dice value +1, I will happily take that. Now, we could choose to ignore enemies, but in order to get to maximum level, which means maximum health cap and maximum amount of dice just by default, you do need to beat literally every enemy that is on the map. There are 6 floors. Probably should have used Fury there, but oh well. Yeah, so it froze my best dice, but let's just use Fury on this anyway. There we go, he's done. I said this one was easy, I wasn't kidding. Oh yeah, we get to pick a reward. Even for damage, or odd for shield, or do 2 times the damage to the enemy but hurt yourself. No, we'll just take the shield, thank you. Might as well swap it out. We're going to fight this wizard to make sure I can get into the shop. There are a ton of... Well, it's not a ton. I have seen a fair few repeats, but the thing about enemies in this game, and this is a roguelike, by the way, so this will be different no matter what way you play this, but every enemy in this game has a unique way of going about things. Like, for example, look at the wizard. It depends on what he rolls, but any number that he rolls will give him some kind of special ability. It's a really nice thing. In the sense that it just gives you a lot of different kinds of enemies to... screw it. It gives you a lot of different kinds of enemies to fight because the variety is just top-notch. And we haven't even gone into how the other classes just thoroughly changed the game. Right, I probably should have thought that one through. Okay. And we can bump this to get 2 dice here, but since we've already used all of our attacking abilities, that doesn't really help us much. But yeah, thanks to the fact that this game is a roguelike, and there are... Oh, let's bump that. Get the battle axe going. There we go. And let's re-roll this to get the best roll possible. No, I'm gonna want the shield for this, just in case he rolls something ridiculous. No, he just inflicted more poison. Shit, that was the exact wrong move to do. Because poison goes through shield. Wonderful. Great. Fantastic. Oh well, we won anyway. But yes, every enemy handles the gameplay differently. Shocks the enemy. That might actually be... Ooh, first aid kit. That might even... no. For 8 health for 16 dice, that's a bit much. We'll grab the shock. I should have room for it. Yep, there we go. There are 6 floors. And once you get to the 6th floor, the only enemy there is the final boss. Oh god, this is going to be tough. Alright, let's go for the one that gives us the shop, the upgrade anvil, and the way out. Just to be safe. Alright. No, we're going to re-roll this. Wasn't what I was hoping for. Let's re-roll this. Really wasn't what I mean, I can shock him twice at least. Or 3 times even. Jesus wept. The one time you feel bad about getting 3 fucking 6s. God damn. Damn. Even with 3 shocks, he still managed to blow one of my dice. Okay. So I can't see what that dice is now, which means if I want to use it in my battle axe, I kind of have to guess. Or I can put it in here and see if I can get an idea. It was an even. Wonderful. Right. We'll re-roll. We'll do it again. Oh my god! God damn it. Really? Really? Okay. We'll take the 2 damage and we'll just shock him until he can't feel it anymore. Why? Honestly. Right. Screw it, I'm gonna go for the 6 damage twice. Shock him. 2, 4, or 6 only, so it's an odd, and it was only 1, so I get 1 shield. Wonderful. It's only able to blind me anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right. Okay, we will absolutely hit him for that. And we'll re-roll this dice here. It just needs a 5 or less, so this is a 6! God damn it. Why? What is up with the constant 6s? Thank you. That's at least slightly useful. Then I'll shock him again. Alright, so he's gonna headbutt me, but I've got shield, so there we go. Didn't hurt me at all. Alright, dice value +1 doesn't actually help me here. We'll re-roll. We'll re-roll again. And we're done. God almighty, wasn't with me in 6s? The one time I want to roll a 6, I can't roll a 6 to save my life. Now... Right, so now that we can upgrade this, we can upgrade it so that the spike shield can be used for anything, or we can upgrade the battle axe to make it take less space. We can make bump usable twice, which might actually be useful. And for the nightstick, we can make it so anything will shock the enemy. I think we'll upgrade the battle axe because we can always use that extra space. And we'll go grab some healing. Probably should check the shop now that I think about it, but we'll buy the healing crystal, because that can go straight in there. And now we have a healing ability, and we're going to go see what's in that treasure chest. And I think we're ready to level up. When you level up, you get full health, so... Alright, let's bump this, get the damage in, and get some health back, and get some shield. Oh, no, that was even, so it was an attack. That's fine. Oh, god damn it. Well, that burns the dice, so now I can't use that without taking damage. Fuck it, worth it. Also, it puts up my fury, so it's not actually that bad of a deal. Plus, I can heal, and I can reroll. See what I get. Let's do it again. I could bump it to get some extra shield going. That might be a good idea. Actually, that probably is a good idea. Let's get some... Oh. Damn it! Right. Dumb me. Thankfully, he only got one, so... Alright, we'll use the Fury and get out of this battle. Level it up, get an extra dice. What do we get? A detonator. I have no use for that. I don't even think I can poison people. We'll skip that Keymaster fight and just go down to floor 4. Now, that's a trade shop there, but I've got to defeat 2 enemies to get to it. I don't think it's going to be worth the effort. It's just a straight trade, equipment for equipment. Really regretting not getting the Spike Shield Plus now. God damn it. Alright, let's re-roll the lowest route. Really? You got to be fucking kidding. Doesn't matter which one of these I... Not that much more help, I must admit. You know what, fuck it. We'll bump this and do the damage. Now, yeah, we'll shock him. Actually, we'll shock him twice just for the hell of it, and we'll re-roll. And we'll take a little bit of shielding. Well, I've been poisoned a bit. That's not great. Battle axe damage, shield. We'll bump the value of this so I can get a shock in, and we'll re-roll, and I'll take the healing. Luck can be a big factor in this game. I'm just gonna warn you now, because goddamn. There is absolutely the concept of getting your shit kicked in because you couldn't get that one roll you were looking for. Seriously? First it was 6s, now it's 5s. Might as well bump it and get the extra shock in. At least it prevents him from using everything without putting in some effort. And the shock really isn't helping me out much on this run. Alright, take the damage. I'll bump it up so I can get the shield. And I'll get my health back and re-roll, get it even, and shock him. I'm surprised he's trying to curse me. Usually they put a lot more effort into cursing you. Alright, I'll bump the dice, use the Fury, and get out of this fight. Because now I can just do even damage. There we go. Grab the health, grab the reward. Not great. Not great, but honestly it might be more useful to me than the shield, so we'll give it a shot. Alright, this will be the last floor before we have to fight the boss, so we're going to want everything we can get. But at the same time, let's just see how we do against the 2 fights we have to win first before we make any more decisions. Alright. We'll bump this to get the 4, then do the damage. Then we will do that, and then we'll shock him. So he'll have 1 dice he needs to hurt himself to use, and he needs to make an effort to unlock his Venus flytrap, but that doesn't matter because he already got a fucking 6. Which meant he got some health back. Wonderful. Alright. Let's give myself some health back. What do we do? We'll do 6 damage to him and burn him. And considering he's weak to fire, that actually helps us out a bit. I could shock him. Well, that didn't help out as much as I would have hoped. And of course he got fucking 2 6s. Jesus, man. I'm getting screwed here. Let's just, let's save the limit break for the next fight. What's in the shop? I can upgrade some equipment. Cool, let's do that. Can't upgrade that anymore. Recover a little bit more health. Not great. Let's just get the stuff. Now... might as well be the level 5. If I die, I die. I do have Fury, so a good first roll would really work in my favor here. I could do 16 damage, or I could do 12 damage. Oh, that would also burn him twice. That's actually pretty good for me, so... let's get that used. And he's weak to fire. Right, really should have read that. Yeah, we can bump that for an even, or we can try to get some health back. I think we should try and get some health back, because even with the 5 XP this guy gives me, it's not going to be enough to heal me up, ready for the next fight. He locked one of my dice, but that shouldn't matter, because I can beat him this turn anyway. Let's just see if I can... there we go. Get some health back. That's nice. Now, under no circumstances do I want to walk into a boss fight with only half health, so I want to try and... yeah, we'll upgrade Bump, maybe so we can use it twice, that's pretty useful. Under no circumstances do we all want to walk into a boss fight with half health, so I'm going to go beat the Snowman to get my health maxed out. Yeah, we'll heal up, and we'll re-roll. Okay, let's re-roll this one. Alright, he's weak to fire, so we want to do this. Now, yep, I can buff this up twice and then use it in the battle axe. There we go, half his health in one turn. That's actually pretty good for me. Unfortunately, he's going to freeze all of my dice. Well, not all of them, but most of them. So, yeah, we might as well have frozen all of them anyway. This is going to work out well for me, I've got to say. Right, let's bump this up to 3. Use the Fury and do that damage. Then 3 rolls. Perfect! I'm gonna stick around and make Snow Angels. The art in this game is gorgeous. It's a 2-dimensional game, of course, but it really is gorgeous. Do I want a shield bash or do I want to upgrade some equipment? I'll try upgrading my equipment. I'll just upgrade the healing crystal. So you're already at full health. I could beat the Banshee if I want what's in that chest, but chances are whatever is in that chest is not worth the effort. So let's head down and fight Madison, who I had to fight last time when I played as the warrior, and I beat her shit in without even stopping to think about it. This time I don't think it's going to help me out so much, though. Alright. Well, we might as well get that full-blown damage in while we can. I don't need to recover my health yet, so let's just pull this up to that, and then that. Oh, right, max 4. We'll just roll until we get an even. Done. Okay, 1 burn. And 1 shock. She took the burn damage. She absolutely wants to repeat the next attack, which is... ooh, a little bit of burn there. Not too much to worry about at this point. I'll click that to unlock it, and then I will heal up, and I will fire away with the staff. Now, do I want to... 6, not too useful. Also not too useful. Also not too useful. Great. Let's bump it up. twice so I get that extra die, and then just do a little bit of extra damage. Oh, great. Well, at least I've got Fury back. Fine. We'll bump this up, use Fury, and get 16 damage in there. I probably could have... No. This is what happens when I try to do things quickly, children. This is about as long as a run gets. The other ones are definitely going to be shorter. It's alright though, I got this. Fury the fuck up, and we will burn her twice. Done. We win! Hooray! The entire plot is basically that it's just a game show. You've all been turned into dice by the evil Lady Luck, and you have to win that spin in order to get out. You will never win the spin. But anyway, so now that we're back here in the main menu, we can see that I have successfully finished the Warrior's Welcome twice. That was my second win. Now, every character has episodes that you unlock when you successfully finish the first episode with them. So, for example, you get 2 upgraded battle axes, which is actually really nice. All equipment you find is also upgraded. That's also really nice. Unfortunately, you have like a 50% chance of an attack being stolen at the start of every turn. Or, worse than a curse, lose 2 max HP when you level up, but you start with a Venus flytrap which lets you heal. Every contestant has 6 episodes. There are also some extras that you can get, including parallel world episodes and hard mode episodes, which you can learn about by going into the challenges. And the challenges just give you a little bit of a comedic take on everything that's in the game. So if we scroll over here, for example, I've got the Warlock, defeat an enemy on your first turn, and apparently he goes to O Fortuna when he goes karaoke. You can see here that you've got plenty of different challenges that you can do, and there are tons of them, seriously. I'm almost kind of annoyed at this kind of interface because this is a really long list. This seems almost unnecessary. Roll 10 ones in a row. Man, I wish that was 6s. That would have been really useful, actually. Complete an episode's Witch with 4 prepared slots. That'd be neat. Complete all 6 elimination round episodes. That, I don't even know what that is. I've been playing for 3 hours. I have no idea what those are. And you've also got just like ones here that give you different ones. But anyway. So we've got 5 different characters, and each character in this game changes the game pretty significantly. The only one that this doesn't really hold true with is the Thief. The Thief can steal equipment from enemies and make use of it as his own, which is actually a pretty neat little trick. But other than that, he's pretty similar to the Warrior. He just doesn't get that Fury ability. His extra ability is, I think he gets to roll like a bunch of ones or something. I can't remember if that was that or another one. Then you get into the other 3 characters who are all incredibly unique. So we're going to play the Robot. The Robot is probably my favorite so far. So we're going to play Rise of the Robot. We're not going to worry about his challenge episodes just yet because it relies on understanding how his mechanics work in order to get just how much it changes everything. So we're going to go fight the Magician. And here's how things start out. So we don't actually get dice on our turn. We actually have to hit calculate, and this rolls a dice for us. So I can grab that dice and use them whatever I want, but if I go over, as you can see, it gets rid of all my equipment, so I can't do anything else that turn. So this changes the game completely, because you have to you really are playing against Lady Luck in an even more intense way. Because you have to beat the shit out of them while also thinking... It's kind of like poker. It's like gambling. Where you think, oh, blackjack actually, more like. Where you think, oh, can I hit again? Am I able to hit again to get just that little bit closer? Or do I have to just try and bug out with everything? Because again, in this game, it's not just losing your hand. It's losing the ability to do anything that turn. And that can be a bit shit, because as you can see, I've just lost everything. So, there are, of course, different abilities and different equipment for each character. So, there are definitely different ways for you to take advantage of everything. And now that I've hit the jackpot by getting exactly 11, or was it 9 here, I can do whatever one of these things here. So, do I want to take the lucky shot? Do I want to get some of my health back? Or do I want to roll one more dice? Well, rolling one more dice won't get me as much damage as the lucky shot, so we're going to do the lucky shot and move on. I need to try and beat him, otherwise that damage is really going to sting. Damn, really didn't want a 6. Nope. Had a feeling that was going to happen. We're going to take 10 damage. Well, we're going to take 6 damage here, because I got the shield up, which is nice. Calculate, please. Also, I can auto-roll now. This is his special ability. When I click that, it will automatically jackpot me, including giving me the dice that I need in order to actually jackpot. Also, his benefit when he levels up sometimes is that he gets a higher limit, so he can roll more dice every turn relatively safely. Although, don't take that to mean don't take that to think you'll be safe, because holy crap, you will not be safe. You will not be safe from busting. Because, Jesus, this game can be a bit of a dick, I must say. Like, honestly, like, see, 2 6s. On almost any other situation, that would be pretty good for me. In this case, it's not. And since he got a 6, he can split the dice and beat me senseless. Not great. One good enemy roll can throw any kind of just spanner into the works in this game. And goddamn, does it really rely on the luck. Because obviously, you're using dice, for God's sake. What do you expect? But yeah. We'll do the lucky shot. I've got enough to protect me from a lot of what he can do. Not enough, unfortunately. At least it saved me from one of his attacks. Really should be using my special abilities more often, because it actually behooves you to do that, mainly because of... Fuck me, really? Because of how much damage you take during the game, it's pretty much a recommendation that you should go through and be using your special ability as much as humanly possible. He's allergic to dungeons, the poor thing. I really should stop clicking so quickly, but man, with it being on like super fast, it makes it so easy just to slam through, which I really appreciate. Let's auto roll. Most roguelikes are definitely ones to take a while. Their runs are usually a bit annoyingly long. But this game, considering how fast you can get your shit kicked in, it's actually kind of nice being able to play it at... Oh dear. Yeah, we topped out. It's nice being able to play it so quickly. Wow, I died. Yep, that happens. That's what happens when you got bad luck. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have anything along the lines of, like, persistent unlocks, so a death really does mean a death, but thankfully it's kind of offset by the fact that the runs are so short that it doesn't matter as much. We're going to play as the Witch next. I have not won a run as the Witch yet, because the Witch's mechanics are ridiculous. I don't know what convinced him to come, and by him I mean Terry Kavanagh, I don't know what convinced him to come up with this as a mechanic, but this is just... This is bizarre in so many ways. So, here's the drill. We don't actually have any spells we can put out yet, so I can't really actually show off the mechanic just yet. Come on, give me something decent. Nope, it's not going to give me anything, is it? Nope, just got to throw the dice. Hope for the best. Alright, crystal ball. You know, that was probably a really bad idea. I didn't need to do that. Whatever, we'll just throw all these dice at him. I have actually died to the first enemy as the Witch, because the Witch is a bit of a bitch to work with sometimes, I gotta tell you. Alright, so now that I've got 3 spells, we can actually demonstrate. So, your equipment in this one is actually a spell that you put into your spell book. And when you roll that dice at the beginning of your turn, you drag it over the spell book, and that lets you put them into one of your 4 prepared slots. Then, you can use your dice to either cast those spells, or you can throw the dice, which just does 1 damage per thrown dice. And I've got 2 evens here, so it's probably a really good idea to throw out 2 magic missiles. There we go. Sometimes it can be really good, sometimes it can be really bad. Because you need to... Ooh. Evens or a minimum... We'll take the burn dice. The burn dice is good. And then we get 3 shield, which we will learn. So, when you run into a fight that's particularly... when you get a really good start on a fight, I should say. I'm thankful for the fact that it gives you Cauldron just straight up, because... Yeah, in this case it didn't really help me out at all, but... When you get a really good start and you get 4 spells into each slot that are useful, it can be a bit of a dick. Let's see what spell. Dice doesn't fit. So this must be a 6. So we might as well throw it. Oh, it's just another Cauldron. God damn it. We'll grab Infliction and use it. So at least with 3 Cauldrons we can re-roll our dice, but it's really good when you can roll like 3 or 4 really good dice and get 3 good spells going straight away, no questions asked. But if you don't, goddamn, it feels like a bitch. Roll that again, but yeah, didn't get it. Alright, end the turn. Wow, the baby squids are not letting me get away with anything, are they? Thankfully, I can do the same. Unfortunately, I'm really low on health now, so this is gonna suck. Oh look, Hall of Mirrors. I always get that when I need to fill up slot 6. I'll level up if I win. Let's do it. Right, Magic Shield. Why not? And we'll take advantage of that immediately, giving you new dice. Hall of Mirrors. Hall of Mirrors is actually pretty good if you can get it going really fast. If you can't, though, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, let's get those extra dice out. 5, 5, and 4. Brilliant. Right. Whoops, didn't need to do that. Burning Light, please. Burn. Add some shield to me. Give me a new dice, please. Another Burning Light? Do I want to do that? I probably should. Yeah, let's do it. And we'll throw these dice away, because thankfully it doesn't actually cost us anything, even if they're burning. And of course, he gets the bloody cannon fire. Right. Alright, we'll burn him. We'll add some shield, and we will throw the last dice. Of course it had to be the 6. It's not like it would have helped me out too much here, but still, that's really frustrating. Alright, let's kill him. Thankfully, I do get maximum health from this, so... Right, do I want to upgrade a spell slot? Or do I want to prepare a spell slot? I probably want to prepare a spell slot so I can have an extra, what's it called? So I can have an extra Cauldron? Oh, I can change the spell, can I? Right, so I can prepare Magic Missile and Magic Shield. Or... yeah, that will probably work better, because if I get a 6, I can give myself an extra dice right at the start of the fight, which is probably going to help me out a lot. Heal 1 health, reusable. Probably going to take too much effort to make that worth anything. We'll wait for the next shop. I'm not going to try fighting him, even though it's not going to let me get to level 6. Okay, let's fight the Dryad for the heal and the treasure. Yes! Hall of Mirrors, please. Give myself some infliction. Oh, yes, I can get Magic Missile out. Good. We have some good spells out straight away. Not to mention I've already got an extra dice, which really helps me out. Especially when I can Crystal Ball. So if I Crystal Ball now... Hall of Mirrors, Magic Missile. Then I can do... that. Get rid of the Cauldron, bring in another Magic Missile. Then... Burning Light. Deal 5 burn damage, and then another damage. Throw the last dice. Of course she gets some health back, because of course she does. It's just my luck for you. Right, so... even. And even. And dead. That's what a good fight with the witch looks like. What's next? Fury spell to repeat the next attack, but you need 2 dice. So 2 6s in order to actually get it out on the field, but... yeah, you'd still need a 6. Yeah, too much. Too much resources for not enough worthwhile. Ooh. Do 1 damage, get an odd dice. That might be useful. But then again, I've got mostly evens, so that wouldn't really help me out too much. Alright, time to go fight these 2. They even have, like, approximations of your classes to fight in this, which is a neat little touch. There's a lot of neat little things going on in here. Let's just get an extra Cauldron out just so we can do that. I'll just throw this one. Hopefully we'll get a 6 on the next turn to make that not so much of a pain in the neck. Nope, we've got a 5, a 4, and a 4. I'll burn it to give myself the Crystal Ball. There's the 6 that I want. 2 damage in new dice. Yeah, we'll Burning Light the Cauldron. And then we'll use that to do that, and then we'll throw the rest away. Apparently burning dice do more damage. That's actually a nice touch. Alright, we don't need a Crystal Ball here. Just a bloody hope we don't. There we go. Right, so we got 10 health and we have to fight a level 3. Oh boy. I don't like the looks of this, so let's just go get some health back. We do have Crystal Ball, and we do get an extra dice. We can actually... yeah, we'll use another Hall of Mirrors there to give ourselves some extra dice right off the bat. Do we want to... yeah, we'll get Infliction out there and use it. Roll another dice, and we could do a Magic Shield with that. We're not going to do that. We're just going to throw it away and end the turn. Let's see, what have you got? Yeah, as you can see... kind of mimicking our own style here, which is kind of neat. Oh, that's burning, but if we use Crystal Ball, I can give myself all the extra dice I can. So, magic. Yeah, we need to put a Magic Missile out. We shouldn't worry too much about the extra dice anymore because we've already got them. We could turn that into a Hall of Mirrors, but I don't think it'll help us out. Let's just throw it and end the turn. We're done! Yeah, absolutely. Wait, seriously? Yeah, that's what I thought. We're done. Man, even with the extra health, we just got our shit kicked in right then and there. So, that was a quick look at Dicey Dungeons. It's a really creative idea, and they use the whole dice mechanic stuff they got going on really well with all the unique characters. What the inventor does, by the way, you play regularly. You get equipment, you roll dice and all that. There's no weird mechanics like that. But you also get a gadget. And you can use this gadget as much as you want every single... well, you can use it once every single turn, but there's no, like, dice cost. However, at the end of every fight, you have to throw away one piece of equipment to turn into a new gadget. So you're constantly chewing through pieces of equipment. It's a really neat idea. I can't even imagine what contestant number 6 is, because the amount of things they've come up with in this game are kind of ridiculous. Like, I never would have thought of using the robot as like a blackjack style roll and hope you don't go over the counter thing. I never would have thought of that myself, so... Not to mention the bloody witch, that's just a really clever idea, but yeah. It's full of clever ideas, there's a lot of enemy variety because they all work on the same sort of neat mechanics. There's a fair amount of stuff to do in it. There's like parallel world episodes, hard mode episodes, there's also apparently bonus episodes, which are just extra challenges on top of the usual gameplay stuff. And considering how short the runs are, even though there's no sort of like persistent unlocks going on, at the same time, I can appreciate it mainly because all the runs are relatively short. Like, we just went through 3 runs in 40 minutes. So, unless you are surprisingly good at this game, you can do like 2 or 3 runs on a lunch break, just as an example. So, yeah. Dicey Dungeons. Actually a really clever little roguelike, and it appears that Terry does indeed have a knack for game design. He just didn't get lucky the first few times he tried. That sounds mean how I say it, but no, he's very good at what he does. And I wholeheartedly recommend it. And the PC version is absolutely fine. It's the only version right now other than Mac and Linux, of course, but it's a 2D game, so it's not like it could possibly have any sort of performance problems, even on a machine like mine. But yeah, highly recommended. It's on Steam now. There's no word on any sort of console ports or anything like that, but if there is... it'll be worth picking up there too. So yeah, there you go. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.